In the bustling heart of Lagos, Nigeria, amidst the vibrant chaos of Balogun Market, lived a woman named Ebele. Unlike the other market women, her stall wasn't filled with colorful fabrics or sizzling spices. Ebele dealt in a more peculiar trade, nails. Not shiny new nails, mind you, but the discarded clippings, the remnants of countless manicures and pedicures. Ebele wasn't your typical manicurist. Her parlor, tucked away in a dusty corner, exuded an unsettling air. The walls were adorned with an eerie collection of framed nail clippings, arranged in intricate patterns that resembled occult symbols. Ebele herself was an imposing figure, tall and gaunt, with eyes that seemed to hold ancient secrets. Her voice, when she spoke, was a dry rasp, sending shivers down spines even in the sweltering Lagos heat. People whispered about Ebele, calling her Onyinzo, which meant nail witch in the local Yoruba dialect. They came to her for her exceptional skills. Her hands worked with an unsettling precision, leaving nails perfectly shaped and smooth, even more beautiful than the vibrant coral beads adorned by Lagos women. But a sense of unease always lingered. Clients would leave, glancing back at the growing collection of nails on the walls, a shiver crawling down their spines. They couldn't quite explain it, but a feeling of unease gnawed at them, a sense that something sinister lurked beneath the surface of Ebele's practiced smile. One day, a young woman named Amina visited Ebele's parlor. Amina, unlike others, wasn't scared by the strange atmosphere. Her hands, calloused from years of working in the bustling market stalls selling everything from cassava to colorful geli head wraps, desperately needed tending. The harsh sun and the constant work had left them rough and brittle. Ebele, as usual, worked in silence, her movements swift and precise. Yet, Amina couldn't shake off the feeling she was being watched. Every so often, Ebele's gaze would flicker to the collection of nails, a strange glint in her eyes that made Amina feel like a fly trapped in a spider's web. As Ebele diligently collected Amina's nail clippings, Amina couldn't help but notice a faint scratching sound coming from behind a beaded curtain that separated the back of the shop. Curiosity gnawed at her, a tingling sensation mixed with a morbid dread. She longed to peek behind the curtain, but Ebele's icy stare silenced any questions. Her voice, when she spoke, was curt and dismissive, leaving no room for discussion. Leaving the parlor, Amina felt a strange unease. Later that night, a terrifying dream plagued her sleep. In the dream, she saw Ebele, her gaunt frame silhouetted against a flickering fire. Ebele chanted in a guttural language, a language that sent shivers down Amina's spine, a language that seemed to claw its way into her very soul. Around her were piles upon piles of glowing nails. The nails morphed into writhing creatures, their sharp edges morphing into tiny claws that glinted with a malevolent light. Amina woke up in a cold sweat, the dream clinging to her like a shroud. The terror lingered even as the morning sun streamed through her window, painting patterns on the mud walls of her small Lagos home. Consumed by a morbid curiosity and a growing fear, Amina decided to investigate. One moonlit night, the vibrant colors of the market stalls extinguished, replaced by an inky darkness. Amina crept back to Ebele's parlor. The air hung heavy with the scent of dust and something else, something metallic and vaguely putrid. Peeking through a crack in the beaded curtain, Amina's blood ran cold. Ebele wasn't alone. In a dimly lit room filled with strange symbols etched on the floor, symbols that resembled those adorning the framed nail collections, Ebele knelt before a gruesome sight, a figure made entirely of nails. The nail creature stirred, its razor-sharp claws clicking together, an unnerving sound that echoed through the silent room. Its form, a grotesque amalgamation of countless stolen clippings, shifted in the dim light. Amina felt a scream rise in her throat, but it died before it could escape her lips. Ebele, her face contorted with a dark fervor, fed the creature a fresh pile of nail clippings, chanting all the while in that guttural language that seemed to twist and turn within Amina's mind. Amina, caught in a silent scream, watched in horror as the nail creature pulsated, growing stronger with each new offering. Ebele, oblivious to Amina's presence, continued her ritualistic feeding. Terror gave way to a desperate determination in Amina's heart. She knew she had to escape, to warn Lagos of the horror that lurked within the walls of Ebele's parlor. But how? With a trembling hand, Amina fumbled for a stone, a weapon of any kind. Her heart hammered against her ribs as she slowly, agonizingly, backed away from the crack in the curtain. Every creak of the floorboard sounded like a thunderclap in the dead silence of the night. Just as she reached the edge of the stall, a loud crack echoed through the room. The power had gone out, plunging the room into an inky darkness. Amina used this sudden blackout as her chance. In a panicked sprint, she raced out of the shop and into the labyrinthine alleyways of the market. The familiar chaos of the marketplace felt strangely welcoming now, a stark contrast to the chilling scene she witnessed. She didn't dare look back. The image of the nail creature and Ebele's crazed chant burned into her memory. Reaching the bustling main street, Amina's desperate pleas for help fell on deaf ears. The late-night hawkers, accustomed to the city's eccentricities, brushed her off as another drunkard rambling on about shadows and monsters. Tears streamed down Amina's face, her voice hoarse from screaming. But no one believed her. They saw a young woman, disheveled and distraught, not the witness to a horrifying secret. Despondent but with a sliver of hope clinging to her like a cobweb, Amina sought out the local Ifa priest, a respected figure in the community known for his wisdom and connection to the spirit world. She recounted her terrifying experience, her voice trembling, her breath ragged. The priest, a man with eyes that held the wisdom of countless seasons, listened intently. Unlike the others, he didn't dismiss her story. Ebele. Onyinzo, he muttered, stroking his long, white beard. Her hunger grows stronger with each passing day. The creature she feeds, it thrives on the life essence stolen from every nail she collects. Amina's blood ran cold. There's more, she stammered, revealing the dream she had after visiting Ebele's parlor. The nails, they grow. They become an army. The priest's face contorted in a grimace. An army of stolen souls, a formidable weapon in the hands of a twisted mind. He explained that Ebele wasn't a mere pedicurist. She was a practitioner of a dark magic, an ancient power that thrived on subjugating the essence of others. Each nail clipping held a fragment of a person's life force, and Ebele was channeling this stolen energy to fuel the monstrous creature she had created. The weight of this knowledge pressed down on Amina. She was the only one who knew the truth, the sole witness to the growing darkness. Together with the Ifa priest, they devised a plan. It was a desperate one, but it was their only hope of stopping Ebele and the growing legion of nail creatures before they could unleash their horror upon Lagos. Amina, her fear laced with newfound determination, returned to the market disguised as a stranger. This time, she didn't seek Ebele's services. Instead, she spread a rumor of a powerful Ifa priest who could offer even greater beauty and fortune than any manicurist. The rumor reached Ebele's ears, and consumed by a twisted ambition, she fell for the bait. On the appointed night, Ebele, her eyes gleaming with avarice, arrived at the priest's secluded hut. But instead of the promised fortune, she found a trap waiting for her. The priest, aided by other Ifa practitioners he had discreetly gathered, confronted Ebele with Amina's witness account. Ebele, caught off guard and cornered, unleashed the full fury of her dark magic. The room crackled with energy as she summoned the nail creature, a grotesque entity pulsating with stolen life force. A fierce battle ensued. Chants and prayers filled the air as the Ifa priests channeled their combined power. Amina, no longer a passive witness, stood her ground, armed with a sacred knife blessed by the priest. As the nail creature surged forward, Amina, fueled by righteous anger and desperate courage, plunged the knife into its pulsating heart. The effect was instantaneous. The creature, its stolen power severed, shrieked and dissolved into a shower of glistening nails. Ebele, weakened and defeated, was apprehended. The stolen nails, each representing a stolen life force, were painstakingly collected and cleansed through intricate rituals led by the Ifa priest. The process was long and arduous, requiring days of chanting, offerings, and prayers. Slowly, the stolen essence began to return to its rightful owners. People in Lagos reported feeling a strange lightness, a sense of renewed vitality, a feeling they couldn't quite explain. It was the return of their stolen essence, a subtle shift that went unnoticed by most. Ebele's fate remained a guarded secret. Some say she was banished from Lagos, forced to wander the vast Nigerian wilderness, forever haunted by the monstrous creation she had birthed. Others whisper of a more permanent solution, a fate as chilling as her dark magic. Amina, forever marked by her encounter, became a guardian of sorts. Though the market bustled with life as usual, she remained vigilant, a silent protector against the shadows that lurked just beneath the surface. The story of Anyinzo, the nail witch, became a cautionary tale, a hushed legend whispered by mothers to their children. It served as a reminder that beauty could come at a terrible price, a price that could steal not just your nails, but a part of your very soul. However, the battle wasn't truly over. The incident had awakened something within Ebele, a dark hunger that wouldn't be easily satiated. Somewhere beyond the bustling streets of Lagos, in a remote village shrouded in ancient myths, rumors began to circulate. Whispers of a woman with an unsettling presence, a woman who promised beauty and fortune in exchange for a small offering. The villagers, unaware of the horrors that lurked beneath the surface, flocked to her, their discarded nail clippings unknowingly fueling a new, terrifying entity that would rise from the shadows, its hunger even greater than the one that came before.